guys, thanks for tuning in. This is Optibotimus coming with another video review. And on today's episode, thanks to the folks at Mattel, we're going to be taking a look at their new Jurassic World Dino Rivals Mega Dual Attack SUCHOMIMUS. Now, as I said, I do want to give a shout out to Mattel for this. They sent us several of these over for me to take a look at, and this was included. They talk about what basically the Dino Rivals line is. And basically what it is they're dinosaur figures that come equipped with new dual strike activation. You'll be ready to take on any rival's attack with figures built for 360 degrees battling play. Now this part has me very, very excited. With over 60 new dinosaurs to collect and the introduction of multiple new species to the Mattel Jurassic World line, there are so many exciting ways to continue building out your Jurassic World in 2019. And as I said, they sent over a few of them, and this is the first one I wanted to take a look at. Now the SUCHOMIMUS we did get previously, but this one obviously, as you can tell, has been repainted and does have that Mega Dual Attack, which is basically 2 action features. For the package, you can see a really nice new design. You got the Dino Rivals, you got Owen, a Triceratops, a T-Rex there, the Dino Rivals logo. You still have that open display that allows you to kind of play with the toy. And I love this new logo that they have here in the back, a fiery looking Jurassic World logo, absolutely gorgeous. Flip around here to the back, and you have the various attack features, the Super Chomp and a Super Tail Strike, other figures in this new Mega Dual Attack wave. And this is something new. In addition to the Jurassic World Facts app, you also do now have collector cards, which if you look closely, has like an image of the dinosaur as well as some stats on them, which is pretty darn cool if you ask me. But for the packaging on this guy, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have the new Jurassic World Dino Rivals SUCHOMIMUS opened up and out of his packaging. And as I said, this is the second version of the SUCHOMIMUS that we've gotten. The first one, while I own it, I never actually did a video on him. If you'd like to see a good video on that, check out Victoria's Cantina here on YouTube. She did a really great and comprehensive look at that original release. Now, starting off first, these new Dino Rival figures do come with a little bit of a collector card. As you can see, you got a nice image of the SUCHOMIMUS there, and then it shows strength, I'm guessing speed, intelligence, and maybe damage or ferocity. I'm not 100% sure, but it's got a little number there, so 24. I'm guessing this is the 24th figure in this wave, or in this new line. We'll see. It is fairly thin though. It's not as thick as I would like a collector card to kind of be, but it's nice that they include something like this. As for the figure himself, really very nice looking. That original one had kind of an aqua color with these little highlights here kind of being almost like this mustard color. What they did with this guy was pretty much make the main body all this mustard color, and then the spines here as well as the different patterns a brownish color, which looks great. For the most part, this is basically the same figure. Like the body is essentially the same in terms of the sculpted detail. It is changed a little bit in terms of the torso in that they incorporated the 2 action features into it, which I'll show here in a bit. The other thing that's noticeably different is that original release, the mouth was always closed, and then when you push the action feature, it would come down, the mouth would open and then snap. This now, the mouth is in a open position, and then when you push the button down, you can see that the mouth closes. So it's reversed, and I kind of like that, honestly. Some of them I don't like it, some of them I do. I think that it works pretty good here for the SUCHOMIMUS, but I like the fact that it is different than that other release, in addition to the color being different, so that you can have 2 of essentially the same figure in your collection and have it still look different, which is cool. And then the other part that is predominantly different is the tail. This is where that second action feature has been built in. So instead of one sculpted piece with an articulation point basically at the base like that previous version, there's now 2 bends here, so you get a whipping effect. It does limit the articulation as it's not on a ball joint, so you can't really pose it or anything. But I mean, you got it right there, which looks pretty good. Now, starting off with the positive stuff, I want to take a look at the sculpted detail. Really very nice on it. You can see gorgeous paint detail for the eyes, Really nice sculpt work throughout the entire body of the figure. I mean, all the little pits and cracks and everything. You can even see you got some scratches down here showing some kind of battles that he may have been in. The mouth looks terrific. The teeth have this nice yellow paint on there. The mouth, when you open it up, has a nice pinkish tone. You got the tongue there. You got that weird little tendon thing. Overall, great paint detail. Pretty clean throughout the entire thing. Remember, this is a retail toy, so you may get a little bit of overbleed with some paint, but I'm not really seeing a lot of it here. You can see that the patterns around the neck going down to the back all look really very sharp. Nice sculpted detail with the spine. The SUCHOMIMUS is in the same family as the Spinosaur, so it's really nice to see this right here. Same thing with the Baryonyx, but this guy has a little bit more of that Spinosaurus look. Now you take a look at the arms, great detail as well. You can see that these nails unfortunately are not painted. I do wish that they would do that, but this is a softer material. It might be harder to put some paint applications on that without having it kind of wear off. Come down to the bottom though, you can see that the legs, great molded in musculature right there. You can see that the toenails down here though do have some paint. They don't have it on the inside one. I do believe that the original SUCHOMIMUS, as pointed out in the Victoria's Cantina review, I think that those do have some paint on there, which is nice. Overall, I mean, really great sculpted detail. If anybody does, I'm not going to show it because it's basically the same thing, but if anybody is interested in scanning that, you can use that for the Jurassic World Facts app, where you can collect all the different dinosaurs and get some really cool facts on these different guys. So if you are collecting that, go ahead and you can scan mine. Now, the one part that I don't particularly like about this figure is he is difficult to balance, at least on mine. I don't know if it's the extra weight of some of the mechanics in there, but like you kind of have to leave him all the way up like that. And because his mouth is like that, it kind of looks strange. You can't really position him in a downward pose like this. There might be some issues that I'm having because my table is a little bit rounded, but I feel like his feet aren't completely flat, and that's causing some of the issues here. So I can't get him to stand in this position. It kind of has to be a little bit more balanced backward. Kind of like that, which isn't bad, I guess, but I do wish it was a little bit more posable. A lot of the articulations, especially here like in the legs, really doesn't help with posing options, just helps with kind of moving him around to get him in a solid stance. He does still have those points of articulation. You got a ball joint of sorts here at the upper part of the thigh. You can move it forward, back, in and out. It is a little bit looser. He does rotate at the ankle, but again, you're kind of balancing him of sorts. Now, as I mentioned, the tail no longer has that ball joint there. It's all one mechanism, but this is new on here. So what they did, like I said, was they changed the internal section here of the torso, leaving the outward sculpt basically the same, but they did change the way that the spine is. There are now two buttons here. You got this section right here, which when you push this down, you can see the tail whips. I kind of wish that it would go the other way, honestly, and well, I guess you can lock it into a position. That's kind of weird, but you do have that whipping effect, which is nice. The other button here just brings the mouth closed, which, as I said, in the original one, it was like this, and then you would push it, and then the mouth would open and would snap shut. So I actually like that. I think it works pretty good, but much like that original release, it does limit the articulation here in the neck, as it doesn't do anything. He does have the pin hinge joint here at the elbow of the smaller arm, so you can hinge that in and out. You can rotate that. You can do kind of whatever you want. Maybe if I bring the arms down, oh, that kind of helps to change the weight distribution on him. So I guess, well, hold on. So yes, you could, no, it's difficult. Like I said, I feel like the feet are rounded. Oh, there we go. See how long it'll stay like that. So you can kind of balance them a little bit. For the size, this might be harder to do. Get by tape measure from the tip of his snout here bite that. To the tip of his tail, he looks like he's about 14.5 inches long. And then in this configuration, he's about 6 3/4 in terms of height. Obviously, you can position them all the way back up like that, which is going to considerably increase the height of them to about 10 inches. So really a very, very good looking toy. It does have some minor problems. Like I said, the balancing on him is a little bit tricky. Oh, there we go. See if I mean, like I said, I think there may be some of that play in the fact that my table here is not completely flat. So do take that into consideration. I think that is playing into some of it, but overall, it is a great addition to your collection. If you are a fan of Jurassic World or dinosaurs, these are great looking figures. And again, I want to send a huge thanks to the folks over at Mattel for helping to make these reviews possible. These turned out great and are fairly affordable. So finally, we're getting some dinosaur toys that look like they belong in an adult collector's display. So really very, very happy with this guy. So I'm not 100% certain when these new Dino Rival figures are going to be hitting. I think it's going to be fairly soon. So if you are looking for them, good luck and happy hunting. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. Remember, if you like this video, I would really appreciate your support simply by hitting that thumbs up button. That one small action really does go a long way towards helping me out, and I would really appreciate it. And a very big thank you if you made it all the way to the end of this review. Another way that you can really help support my channel is making sure that you watch a video all the way through. And if you did that, thank you. And finally, remember, the real trouble with the world is too many people grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid. Dun, 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 dun.